Good evening, everybody. Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody, and praise the Lord. Welcome to Sound Gospel Radio, where we're building hope and transforming lives 24/7 with the sound gospel of Jesus Christ. Welcome, everybody, to another great section and session of Sound Gospel Radio for Let's Talk About It. Where's the crew at? Julissa, where everybody at? Where everybody go?
We
Y'all here? Well, bringing them on up here. Welcome to bring the family on in, y'all. Here at
Yes, we are here.
Yes.
Hey.
Greetings.
Hey, Hamid, as the intro was playing, I was like, "Yes, sir. Oh yeah."
A preacher gonna preach, ain't it?
I listen. I was as the music's going. My God.
That's all day. That's all day. You hear the music, you gotta feel it. You gotta really feel it.
Yo, good evening. How is everybody? Like, how's the week going? I know I'll talk about my week for a second. Just that was my whole week.
Oh, bless you. Made it to Thursday. Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah. Don't you do it. Don't do it.
Friday is on the horizon.
Listen, when I worked at Behavioral Health, I used to get so excited. It was Thursday. And the kids are like, Mr. Nathan, it's not Friday. I said, I can make it through Thursday. Woo!
What?
I can get to Friday. Hallelujah.
Just gotta wake up.
Hallelujah.
My God, y'all, listen, we're going to have a great conversation tonight, and we want everybody to engage. So listen, if you're listening to us on our radio station, thank God for those that tune into us. We're at soundgospelradio.com. Yes, again, soundgospelradio.com. So you're listening live, you're listening to us right now. Soundgospelradio.com is where we stream 24-hour inspiration, music, preaching, teaching, and this show is currently live at Sound Gospel Radio. So we're definitely excited and thankful for all of our listeners that tune into us, that are tuned in right now to be a part of the show, those that are excited to hear this great conversation. And so we're definitely happy for everyone that is here and that's listened to us, those that are watching us on social media, through Facebook, through YouTube, and other great means. Those are going to listen to this on the replay at our Spotify and Apple podcast channels. We're so grateful and thankful for you as well. And thank you for being a part of Sound Gospel Radio, where you support us and you definitely make sure that you're a part of that. And some people may ask that question of how they can support. Well, here it is. I used to say it before when I say PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, and the mail. There you go. I'll say it again. PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, and the mail. And that's to PayPal, Sound Gospel Radio, donations at soundgospelradio.com. Also, you can do info as well. You got to change that to Zelle. And also for Sound Gospel Radio, cash tag or Cash App, and then you can send this to the mail, Post Office Box 412, Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey. You can be a part of that and sow a seed into us. And guess what? We bless people back. We bless you back with tambourines and merch and so many different things. So definitely grateful. All right, y'all. Some of our family and friends are already coming in. The one and only Miss Michelle Bowden Hamlin is here tonight. And she's saying good evening, Sound Gospel. And we're saying good evening back to you. And definitely happy that you're a part of our conversation tonight.
Hey.
All right. God bless you, musicians. We're going to get into this conversation, y'all. I want to talk about this tonight. We're going to talk about this. And I said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We're going to talk about social media, Lord. Oh, help us, Jesus. We're going to talk about social media. But, oh, Lord, social media. My God. Social media. Can I have a conversation about social media? Can I talk?
Talk about it.
Of course you can.
Talk, sir.
Are y'all here
Hey,
tonight?
Pastor.
So my mind goes back, y'all. And I was talking to a younger person earlier today, and just sharing with her just a little bit about our conversation. And she was like, "Really? I didn't know some of this stuff." But when I hear social media, my mind goes back to the early days of social media. Black Planet.
Wow.
Ooh. Do we remember Black Planet? Black Planet back in the day, Black Planet days.
Oh, I remember it, Pastor.
Thank you. I
don't. I'm sorry. I may have heard of it here and there, but I don't know.
I'm young, but I'm not that.
Well, for those that had it, Black Planet was almost like the beginning of where Facebook is today. But the funny part is we were learning coding. So I remember you come to my page, I had my name twirling and doing all, and the only way you can do that is actually HTML coding. So we were actually, me and my sister, she had like a little code book, and I was finding different codes to how to make your name twirl and how to make your name do this and change the coloring and all that. But that was a mean of communication. To this day, I have a almost 25-year friendship with someone I met years ago on Black Planet. They live in New Jersey.
Wow.
We're still
Wow.
friends to this day. So it was like a form of social media. But then after Black Planet, there was the rise of MySpace.
MySpace.
That
I
know.
had a MySpace.
Yes.
Now, MySpace, what I remember about MySpace, you ever remember the top 10 friends list?
Sure do.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mrs.
yes.
Marcia, I'm with you.
Mhm.
I wasn't there. No.
No.
It's
Yes.
okay. All right. Well, we're
You'll
going
make
to
me mad because you'll be taking
A
off.
millennial thing. Must be.
we're gonna get you
Okay.
somewhere soon. Y'all hold on. Y'all just rest with me a while for those that didn't have MySpace. But the funny thing is, but the funny thing about MySpace, y'all, was this: if you weren't on the top 10, people lost friendships because of top 10.
Mhm.
Yes.
If you went to the person's profile page, you had your top 10. Some people got mad if they weren't on the top 5. And there was times where I moved people around on my top 10 because we had a little falling out. So now you were number 3 today and now you're number 7. And people noticed that. They're like, why did
Yep.
you change me? Oh, anybody why did
Mhm.
you do this? Y'all, I'm just
Them
saying.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 spots was elite.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your
Okay.
top 10, but if you was in the first 5, you
Yes.
was yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
it may sound funny now, but it really mattered back then. It was really something that
It
mattered.
did.
And if we move a little further and we look at AOL,
Mhm.
where
You
you
got
used to
mail.
connect to the internet, right? You got mail, and you used
I
to connect.
still have my AOL.
Do you?
No,
I still,
ma'am.
I still
got
use
mine
it.
too.
It is my main
No, ma'am.
Me
email.
too. I still have mine.
I
People
have
have
one. I
to
don't use
People
it.
still use AOL, and
I feel
I
a
will
lot of
say that
judgment.
a lot of businesses use AOL, and I say other businesses will not respect you as long as you.
Well, here's the funny thing. I think it's to each his own because I had some clown me because I still have an AOL account. I have 2 of them that I actually still use. Then I had some people that say, "Oh man, you're like a legend, man. You got an AOL account." It was like I got respected for having an AOL account. So I don't know, audience, what y'all think about that too? I see some other people and that's
It
coming in.
still
Ideas.
works.
That's funny.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I thought maybe you just got defaulted to it because an account that I had, an email account, when they stopped issuing it, they just send everything over to this AOL account. I'm waiting for y'all to get into my generation or something because I'm clueless to what y'all are talking about. I'm the old one here.
Or what the AOL
Mrs.
days.
Marcia, it's all right. I'm still rolling with you. Mhm.
On the AOL days, y'all, I'll say this much. We had AOL Instant Messenger, which is we used to call it AIM.
Mhm.
Right?
Oh, yes.
AOL chat rooms. Again, I have some people that I met on AOL chat room. Still to this day, we connect and still friends after all those years. I think I was 15 when I first got an AOL account. Yeah, about 15 years old. That was my first computer.
Oh,
And we met different people. What'd somebody say?
I said I was in college.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But Nathan, do you remember highschoolclub.com and collegeclub.com?
No, talk about it.
So
real quick.
originally Facebook, you had to have a college email address to
I
get
was
on
getting there.
Facebook.
I was getting there.
And it kind of generated there was a platform, it came after Black Planet and all that, but it was collegeclub.com, and it's basically connecting you with like other people that are in college around your age.
Wow.
And so it was like the safe version of like Facebook. And then of course Facebook opened up where all the aliens could get on it. So now anybody can
that's
get on
false.
it.
Well, that's false. I'm building the story, and thank you for adding that because I want to get there. But like I said, I wanted to throw in the AOL real quick because AOL was our way to connect to the internet back in the day.
Mhm.
Right.
So there was no, you just turn your computer on and now you're connected. By
No,
opening
no Wi-Fi.
You had to actually connect
Dial up.
That's right.
through dial-up,
Mhm.
and
Off
AOL
the
was the
phone.
connection. And to the fact that you had to have, and if your phone line, if you picked up the phone, it would disconnect you from your internet
That's
connection.
right.
And sometimes when my sister was online, I would pick up the phone, disconnect her, then run into my room and then connect to mine so
Wow.
I can get online. That's why we did it back in the day.
Because you can
Did you
get kicked
repent?
off. That's right.
Until they created, would you say, I mean,
You can get
over the-
kicked off. That's it.
yes, until they created what, DSL. Come on, do you remember DSL?
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Verizon. Yep.
Yes. So that was that. So then, like Tanika said, then we had the rise of Facebook. Again, Facebook came. It was college only, as she said. You needed a college email address. It was created for students that were on campus. But then over time, Facebook, expanded and began connecting people everywhere. Old friends, family members you ain't seen in years. People you might see once or twice at conventions or convocations or cookouts. Now you get to spend time with them all the time. And so people started spending hours on the computer again. and some even called it crack book. They were so
Mhm.
attached to Facebook. But can I go back before I go a little further when concerning this social media? I'll say this much though. This was a time though, y'all, in this era that we spent hours on a computer, but life still had balance.
It
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Being
Yeah.
online was still mainly on a computer. You still sat down with your family for dinner. If you did that, you still paid a little more attention in church outside of passing notes if you were allowed to, you didn't get caught. But being online felt more like a treat or a
Right.
pastime. Like you still went outside to play and then came back in the house to get on
Mhm.
the computer. So,
Mhm.
in that season, there was still kind of that balance. But then you had the rise of Facebook, the rise of YouTube. Do you remember when YouTube came out?
Yeah.
Remember we used to watch on TV America's Funny Home Videos. Well, YouTube became that for us.
Yes.
So YouTube began to build with funny videos, um, church services and stuff. But I'll say this: many people became unknowingly popular because of their posting YouTube videos online.
That's
Yep.
right.
So, so that was that. So then the change, or I was here for the change. My God, I was here for the change. So then around 2007, I had actually looked it up and I knew I was correct. Around 2007, something happened, y'all. Our flip phones turned into iPods. Remember iPods? And
That's
our
right.
iPods
Yeah.
turned into iPhones and Androids. And guess what, y'all? Social media began to move from computers to mobile
The
devices.
mobile devices.
And so this is around 2007. I don't know if y'all knew how far back it went. And so this was the era of they called no turning back because platforms were no longer in our living room or in our dining area, in our office. Now this is
Or
in
the
our
library, because some didn't
or the
have computers
library.
in
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes the only way I can get online was at the library. And we had
Right.
to fight to get on the get your name on the sheet. Oh my goodness. So now we have 2007. I have it right here. I was charging my phone, but now you have it on your phone.
Mhm.
Then it was the rise of Instagram. I remember when Instagram first came out was around
Mhm.
2007, 2008. So Instagram began to come. Twitter brought its expansion. I think I'm coming up. Camille, I get to you yet? Twitter,
I've
social
been there. I've
cam,
been with you.
look, social cam,
I do that.
Vine, Snapchat. All these things
Uvu,
begin to. Oh, say again.
Uvu. There was
Ooh,
Uvu.
that was
Right.
actually
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uvu and Skype.
Mm-hmm.
But
Skype.
see,
hmm
I won't. That's social media, but that was still what do you call that? Able to chat back and forth
It
live.
was
with
still
people.
virtually. It was
Yeah, it was
still
still like
like a
Zoom.
virtual communication.
Well,
Yeah.
Uvu was cool because Uvu allowed you to talk to at least like up to 8 people in one room. I remember that, and compared to Skype, so many great memories, y'all. So then we had all these things, social cam, Vine. Because I asked somebody, I said, "How long was Vine?" It was like 6 seconds, So now we're in this phase. We're in 2015, and now we have all these platforms. And I laugh because I preached a message years ago. One of my favorite messages to preach was my status does not match my profile. Because the issue was, you went to people's profile on Facebook and they're saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and fire baptized. But then you're reading their posting, and it's like, yo, what you said you were and what you're posting is two different things. I don't know about that. And then we also laugh because, the saints were saved on Facebook. You down to earth on Instagram, and you are a hot mess on Snapchat.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! I mean, living 3 different
Oh, wow.
personalities on one platform because the Saints wasn't on Snapchat like that. So this, they just a hot mess. They're doing all kind of stuff. So listen,
With the
but y'all,
filters.
but then we keep moving forward. 2015 came, and I was one of the first recipients of this. Periscope came out.
I remember.
Periscope now allowed you to stream live. Now back then, churches were streaming because my church we were live streaming online, and you could do it through YouTube at the time for free if you had a certain amount of credentials and etc. But now they allowed you to stream from a mobile device free
That's
of
right.
charge through Periscope. And I had a Periscope account and I streamed again, met some friends and family that to this day I still keep in touch because of Periscope. We met some folk. And then what? Not even 6 months later, Facebook was like, nah, Periscope, you ain't taking the thunder. We beating you, bruh. And they came with Facebook Live. Then
Mhm.
Facebook Live came out. So all this social media began to change and shift. And then from Periscope, Facebook Live, now we found ourselves in 2020. We found ourselves in the pandemic that forced the whole world into a social media drive.
That's right.
It forced everyone. We had preachers that said, I never go on. I'm never on Facebook. Am I right? Let me see.
Never gonna lie.
Nah.
Don't start.
I'm not doing it.
And now they're on social media. Now they're on
Mhm.
Facebook because they had no choice because that's the only way you can have church.
Some other churches closed because they chose not to go
Wow.
the social media route. They shut down. They were not able to maintain.
Wow.
But does it feel like only Facebook was demonized?
Ooh.
I don't feel like all the other platforms
Ooh.
get or have gotten as much scrutiny as Facebook.
Because I don't think
They
the
will
preachers knew about
demonize
that.
Facebook all day. Book of Faces, they call it everything.
Hmm.
But we can talk about TikTok, Threads, Instagram,
Mhm.
Snapchat. You can go live just about on any platform. And even YouTube. YouTube have ways where you can send messages and, but I feel like only Facebook gets that real scrutiny of, I would never. Y'all shouldn't spend so much time. It's like,
But Tanika, they don't know about any other ones.
They
I think
didn't
that's
use
why.
it. They didn't
I was
know.
gonna say it's
Mm-mm.
more,
I think
they
the
must
thing
ain't got no
more
young people at
popular.
their church.
they just
They
Says a
must
whole
ain't got no
lot.
young
Says a
people at
whole
their
lot.
church.
because I think they just learned Facebook and that's
They
what
just
they
learned
know
it.
about.
They just learned
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just learned it in the pandemic. Mhm.
Because then you hear the ones that
Right.
say a taka tika, a tika taka. You
Oh
know,
my
It's
goodness.
I call it Tic Tac
Face
on
page.
purpose.
It wasn't Facebook. It was face page.
like face page.
Snapbook.
Mm.
But did we ever realize the subtlety of how social media not only changed our lives, but it changed everything around us? Because then you saw like information, news, politicians, businesses, churches are now telling you what, follow us on social media.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Follow us on Facebook. Hey, if you want a little bit more, we're going to tweet this. We're gonna post that. And so I remember that era where it was like really driving social media, because social media was where it was. And so I'm like, all these places now were hitting driving hard with social media, and
Mhm.
now it influenced how people think, how we communicate, and how we interact with the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
social media has really, changed everything. And even in, like I said, when the world was shut down, the world experienced a massive shift. And now we're in this place where now social media has become the era that is going to be unchangeable. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
so now as we move forward in this conversation, then I've been sitting there thinking, and I'm like, okay, how do we get to where we are now?
Mm.
Because social media has become such a problem in a lot of
Mhm.
areas. There's a lot of great. We're gonna talk about the good. I think we can talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But there's so many things that happen. Like for instance, we're in a place now where the post is so serious that, let me just share a story real quick. A mom throws a party for her child, and before anyone eats cake, she stops everything so she can get the perfect photo, not for grandma, not for the family, for social media.
Mhm.
Ray Ray's about to get a beating. All he want to do is eat his cake, have his little hot dog, and run around with his friends. But she got to get the perfect photo. The decorations are staged, the kids are lined up. Everyone has to smile again because the first picture didn't come out right. Get it for social media, not for family, not for friends, not for memories.
Mhm.
I have to make sure it's perfect for my likes.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's where we are
Yeah.
now.
That's
Mhm.
where their validation is.
That's
Complete
right.
strangers.
Complete strangers. That's right.
But if we're honest, it goes back to wanting to be praised to a degree.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
when we
Mhm.
post pictures, when we post statuses, anybody that says they post something and they don't want some likes on it, they lying.
Right.
If even as as preachers, you want the audience to say amen. You want to know that somebody is out there and they're
Mhm.
getting what you're putting out. It's no
Mhm.
different than on Facebook or on social media.
Mm.
And I've
True.
literally seen people post something and they'll give it some time and maybe they don't get enough likes or they don't get enough comments and they'll delete it or remove it. And then later on that day,
Yeah.
they'll find the hot time, like when the traffic of Facebook comes
Right.
after everybody's off and at home. Okay, a lot of people are online posting. Let me repost my picture or let me repost my status because I know more eyes are going to see it.
Mhm.
So I think we all like to feel pretty, or we like to feel that we're inspirational, or that somebody sees us or hears us.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
That's
true.
true. So I mean, let's be honest. Many times, how many of us at least once or twice? And I'm going to take the poll for those that are listening, those that are watching, those that are here on stage. How many of us at least once or twice posted something with the intent of someone liking it and seeing it?
Mhm.
Mhm.
It wasn't
Yes.
just I made it. I did a poll. I'm not only one raise my hand. And
No,
Well,
you're
we were
good.
shaking our
Yeah.
head, man.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We were shaking.
no,
Sorry.
don't do the old school. Don't do. I'm sorry. I gotta take a break, y'all. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because people think I'm crazy for this. I never wanted to be a liar. I tell you, I'm not perfect. But when it came to church and God, I didn't want to lie. So there was a season where I could not say I love the Lord. Because my love for him is when I'm in love with somebody, I want all your attention. I want to be in your face. I want to have this connection. And I knew I wasn't doing that. I knew I wasn't praying like I should and have the relationship like I should. So I was not going to lie when people say, how many love the Lord on tonight? And everybody just start, woo, yes. So I start clapping. Because the clapping is the out is the out thing.
Yep.
So when I say, how many love the Lord on tonight?
Yeah.
No, they said raise your hand.
Right.
Like, I ain't about to lie.
See, but that has to do with perception too.
That's
that
right.
has to do with perception.
It's the truth. It's the
It's the
truth.
truth.
But anyway, y'all, but we all have at least one point posted with the intent of, hey, I'm sharing this for y'all to see it. And it would be nice if y'all see it and hit the like button, react to it. But then it became uncontrollable. And for some people, where some people need more, they need more. And so you have an example like that where, you're adjusting angles, you're on vacation and, you're adjusting angles, intentionally, and you're, creating poses for the social media space, not just to post because, hey, I want my friends and family to see this. No, I want them to see this angle, this perspective, this. And don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with posting decent footage.
Right.
Lord, I almost said literature. I need to stop talking like I'm from somewhere else, watching these Anglo Elizabethan shows. But in that you still want to look decent, but knowing that the intent was intentionally for that, that's when I think it gets a little, So my question is, when did social media stop feeling like connection and started feeling like performance?
I feel like it always did. I think that we were just so limited back then with how we could present ourselves. Like, it's not like there was a whole lot of options to like there is now.
Right.
So I think that a person's heart was always the same and that it just grew because social media grew and what we could do grew. Technology grew and evolved.
Wow.
Yeah.
To your point. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, to Camille's point, even being a person working audio and visual and running a lot of services, whether it be live or through other platforms, you always wanted to put the church or the person in the best light. So it was in some aspect a performance. It was, we don't want to get any empty seats during, this is COVID, but we don't want to get any empty seats. We want to get action shots. We want to get the people with their hands raised. We don't want to get them with their hands down or even them sitting down. We want to get them clap and we want to get them involved. So it became performance. And then some things you wanted it to look a certain way. So let's be honest, we staged a lot of things because, again, we want those likes. We want to drive our church, we want to drive our ministry to a certain point. So it was staged in a sense, whether it be somebody in prayer, whether it be, and I just remember it, whether it be somebody, with a mic in their hand, but really not saying anything. And we get that shot because we can't say, hey, hold on, do that again.
Right.
Because we missed it. We're going to stage it a little bit to kind of give it that feel and post it.
It's done in the advertising world. It's done in commercials and all that all the time. I think the issue becomes this for me, because I don't mind it when it's necessary, because you definitely need to pull some people in, the shot, the right thing, the right angle, the video. But then what do you do when, y'all help me with the saying, when your window looks better than what's in the store?
Yeah,
I say that correctly?
That's right. You're right. Your display or what you're advertising. You're right.
Because I've seen it happen. I've been at a service. I feel bad for the people where their window looked excellent, man. It was awesome. And I knew the people and I went to fellowship and they had people show up because the window said, whoa. And then they walked in and was like,
Man, their flyer was awesome. And then you go
Right.
into their service, it's like, wait a minute.
It was, and this was a website. I'm going back years ago, man. The website had the right angle of the choir. Listen, it was the actual choir, but it was the anniversary, so that's when everybody showed up. You know what I'm saying? The church was packed. The church was packed, but it was revival. You know what I'm saying? So it was the sanctuary services, but it was on days where they had their best foot forward, and that's what they posted online. That like this is every day, and then when people came in, it was like,
But if they posted what was really happening, people wouldn't have showed up.
Are we gonna deceive the people to get them there? Because that's
what that sounds like. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it was.
I know.
that's what it was.
When it comes to like social media, what people see on Facebook and YouTube, they want to experience that when they come to your church.
True that.
I've had people come up to me in the store and like, "Oh my God, I watch your church all the time. You sit right here," and I'm just like, and then they come to church. I was like, "Oh, so y'all really church like this when ain't nobody there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." We've never thought, and I guess I just. Thankfully we're trying to live a holy life, but I've never thought to do any of that stuff. That's deception.
So when is deception good?
I think to go back, just even to answer the initial question. I mean, like we've all said, people have been people. There's always been people who like attention and will do a station for attention. But I think it started really getting out of hand whenever whoever the first handful of people were started getting famous and notoriety off of social media, whether news covered something that they posted or you had a viral moment, then everybody started chasing that. And then it was viral moment. You want likes, you want to be seen. And then, I can get paid for this. So then everybody starts moving into going overboard and staging things and concocting moments that aren't real, and then we start moving into AI, and then we start moving into now everybody wants to be content creators, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. Content creation is cool, and it all ultimately always boils down to whatever your intent is with anything that you're doing. But I think it started becoming performance or getting out of hand when whoever the first person was that went viral or got some type of big notoriety and money for it.
That's good.
I can agree with that. So I can agree with that. So then I asked the question that, so then I'm going to ask this question. So do people post moments to remember them or to prove that they happened?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
It could be both with a hope that they go viral.
Okay. Because I got a few questions. Then are we documenting life or interpreting life to document it?
Ask the question, sir. You're asking the question.
Both.
Because think about America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
Those were some of those things you can't stage. Like some of that stuff, it just happens. But it also just happened to have a camera on it.
Right.
So it's
That's
like,
true.
okay, well, something might happen because kids are going to be kids. So let me just make sure I always have it available. And then as soon as I get it, I'm going to put it out there to see if America will vote for it. So, we just don't have to vote anymore. It's just a like. It's just an emoji. It's just a comment to make you get that check.
Right.
Right.
That's the truth. Because I got all.
So when I start posting, I expect y'all to comment and like. I'm just kidding.
And there's nothing wrong with having expectation. Again, like I said, because especially for what you're doing it for and what is going on. I mean, it's not. I'll say this much. I had a relative say something to me, and sometimes I post. I don't post much, especially on Facebook, but when I do, it builds up, and I'm like, oh, okay, and it's nice for me. I'm like, at least a couple of people see it, 10, 5-10 people. I'm good, but it goes farther than that. And I had a relative say, every time you post, you get all the likes. And I don't know if it was said in an encouragement way or in a jealous way or a filtered type of way. I don't know, but it's just. But again, I'm like, that stuff for me, it doesn't matter for me per se. Depending on if I posted it, who I wanted to see it, saw it, and especially if it was for, honor of my mother or birthday or whatever, just whatever the case may be. Now, when it comes to the businesses, I want y'all to like Sound Gospel Radio's posts. I want y'all to like, my church post when we post stuff. Sometimes that's disheartening when, we did a whole production, whether it's for SGR or my church or my business, whatever the case may be. And then we post it and it's like 2 likes, 3 likes. Yeah. And don't tell me it's because I didn't post it within the algorithm time or the evening when everybody see it. No, some people saw it and just kept scrolling. Because here I learned the difference where we can go live with a video and people saw it, no reaction. But I could post my pastor and first lady's anniversary wedding photo and 3,000 likes out of nowhere. So we're here. We exist, but then also what we're posting may not be what you want to see at the time. And that's been the problem too. Some people have fallen under that skate too of, okay, well, this is not going to sell. So let me do this so I can get the likes.
Yeah.
That ties to for performance and appearance.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to get to this far. I was trying to hit that next one. I guess I'm here now. Performance and appearance. How many you gonna come right after me? Performance and appearance. Go ahead, sir.
I had somebody look at my friends list and they said, "Oh man, you should be using that to your advantage." So they wanted to post some things on my page, and I just had to go down and I said, "No, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Delete." And then I had to put some type of filter on so that they could not just post without me seeing, because again, I don't post just anything. What I'm posting, what I'm sharing is something that's important to me, and I know that will get the necessary reach, that it should, I guess, right? But I'm not just going to go and post something stupid or post something that's just outlandish or allow somebody to tag me in something and I not know, and I didn't agree to that. I will even be honest. People go viral nowadays for whatever reason to go viral. They just go live, right? Yeah. And it's like you just happen to be in the room and you're not looking your best. And all of a sudden you see yourself on another. Do me a favor, please, ma'am, please, sir, take that down. And again, no disrespect to you, but if I'm there, if I'm in it, I want you to take that down. And I'll go as far as saying, hey, did we talk about that? I'm not saying, hey, did you get my permission to post it? Hey, did we talk about it? Because now it sounds, I don't want to be so legal and use legal jargon.
Permission is a good way to say it. I mean, it's boundaries.
But I just said, no, we didn't talk about that. And
it depends on how bad I look. And who your audience is.
Some people just don't know what to do with the camera. Yeah. They don't. They go and they just go all the way around. It's like, hold on, what are we doing?
Lisa, you're probably gonna say what I'm thinking. Go ahead, Jay.
I hear you, but to me, it's the same as when we're out in public. There's no expectation of privacy. We're recorded everywhere we go. You're in the store, you're recorded. You're wherever you are, you're being recorded without your permission, and posted somewhere. So
that's one thing. I feel like if I know you and we're out and you're, if I know you, then I feel like I would want somebody to like at least ask me before you post it. But if I don't know you and I just so happen to be in a shot at a restaurant, then and that is what it is. Right. But if I have a relationship with you, I feel like you should be able to ask.
I think it's depending on the person, because I'm telling you, I ran into people. Tiffany, I saw your comment. I'm gonna get to you in just a moment. I think it depends on the person, because then you have people that say, "Why didn't you post that photo we took?" You see what I'm saying? There's photos I have in my phone now that I've never posted at all of, different events, groups, preachers, convocation services. And some of them are like, "Man, why didn't you post that? Wait, that was a good photo." I'm like, I was supposed to post it? So.
Right. No, I'm not talking about, maybe I misunderstood. I'm talking about in general. There's certain stuff where if I'm in a shot, I'm in a shot. I can't control that. But if we do have relationship and it's something where I may not be looking the best or something, I'm like, can we? And if they still post it, I mean, what can I do? But I'm like, can we discuss this before this goes?
I'm laughing because my wife and I were at some event and they started showing pictures from last year's event. And I said, wait a minute. And I paused. I said, "Oh, I'm good." She said, "What?" I said, "I'm just making sure I didn't have on the same outfit." Can you imagine? They're showing last year's service, and I'm sitting there with the
same outfit. He ain't got no other clothes.
Yep.
Didn't he have that on last year?
That's just what they say. That's what they say.
Every time I see him, he got on the same thing.
Oh my gosh, it's the truth. Erica said, she said some people like to post your most unflattering pictures.
Right.
Yes.
And then
Oh,
swearing
yeah.
you up and down. I think you look good. I don't.
Can I
Yeah.
say this?
Right.
Even with, oh my goodness, even as a preacher, Tiffany, I'm telling you, I'm getting to her post. I want to post it. But even as a preacher, that's why when I used to be secretary at my home church, and we're booking a preacher, I asked the secretary, do you have a preferred picture of your pastor
Lord
that we can
Jesus.
post for our social media platform if need be? And sometimes they say yes or no. But when you invite me to come speak, can you ask me first? Before you just find some photo. I'm like, I have a few
On Facebook.
shots.
From 1927 BC.
But you got me come to preach revival, and you got a picture of me eating, from a cookout,
Right.
and I'm like this.
Right.
Right.
Like,
Right.
come on, saints. Like,
Right.
Somebody
like,
caught me with one of my eyes half open and half closed.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
we're gonna use that? I have a
called
whole
you.
lot more. Just
I think I called you one time. I said, "Did you see this? Like, why they got you out here like I knew he had a professional photo,
Wait,
and I
proof
called
or
him
it didn't
one time.
happen?
Say again.
Show us or it didn't happen.
Oh,
see,
Camille.
Camille. See, there's Camille again.
My goodness.
We'll show you behind the scenes, Camille.
Right.
Behind the scenes.
But I had to call him. I'm like, I know you got a better photo than that. I had to tell him myself. I'm like, let these jokers know. We'll fix this problem. But Tiffany Collier, who spoke this morning, y'all, thank you, Tiffany, for giving such a great word this morning at 7 a.m. And we're in our Women's Month, and the women are going forth for the Sound Gospel Radio, and they're teaching and preaching the word. We did something a little different this year that only on Thursdays the women are going forth and representation of Women's Month. And Tiffany was our guest speaker this morning, and she did get some feedback. Tiffany, I got to let you know about the people that contacted us. But Tiffany said here, she said, I was accused of staging a viral moment back in 2021 when my wig fell off while I was leading praise and worship during a Sunday service live stream. You was accused of staging that? Like, seriously? Oh, come on.
How do you stage that? Your wig fell off.
Hey,
That should be embarrassing.
Because
Well,
it's
I
a
wouldn't
shame
have
that
been
there's
praise
been
to
too many
worship no more.
people who really do stage that stuff. Like a genuine moment like that happens.
Right.
The same with Kiara, and Kiara played within and played it off, but then everybody wants to try and have some type of moment just to be talked about. I don't understand why people would pick something embarrassing to want to
Right.
Sarah
stage.
Jakes Roberts. Is that
Right.
Sarah Jakes
Yeah.
Roberts?
Yeah.
Her wig started slipping, and she's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And she just takes it off, and she's walking around with her wig cap on, and I'm like, that's not it.
But depending on the situation,
Come on. I ain't got one on, but y'all better know I'm not leading praise and worship no more. Y'all not going to see me no more that day. I'm going home. Stage that.
but
Stage me going home.
some people will intentionally post, or like they said, stage a post like that because that's what they said that sells. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, they've been saying for 1,000 years, sex sells, but we're in a place now where, again, I'm gonna hit that
Foolish.
media.
Say it, mama.
Where hit the proper social media where now I'm seeing that more often.
Yes.
So now I don't know if I'm gonna go to that one conversation that went viral a couple of months ago, and I see it all over Camille's face if she know where I'm going. Y'all can bring it up if y'all want.
Oh, my.
For me, and I was gonna talk about this in our next conversation, but it's here now. I have an issue with individuals, male or female, posting certain photos, certain videos on your social media. Then you're calling me in confidence because you're complaining about the people that's in your DM that's
Right.
trying to holler at you. And I said, well, why are they trying to holler at you? I look at the photo and I said, well, this is why.
Exactly.
I
Because you're
can't
not in
be
the window.
as I want to be, even though I'm the owner of the station, but I'll just say this. I said,
Window shopping.
and I'm like, you're trying to give all your grace and mercy. You know what I'm saying?
All of it.
So,
You want the attention and try and act like you don't want that attention, but that is the attention you want.
Right, because they get the no, you do it on purpose.
What they do again, man of God?
I'm so tired of y'all. And this is more than one person, and it's the same laugh. It's like, you spirit. It's the same laugh. I'm just like, so you know what? You know you posted it on purpose, but you want it to be seen. I'm like, because you know that's going to what? Drag attention, so you think.
Right.
But y'all don't realize, although men are visual, and yes, they're looking, and yes, they're commenting, they only want you for a good time. They're not going to find you for a lifetime. So they'll come to you
Say
for
that
a good
again,
time.
man of God. You preaching today.
They'll come to you for a good time and still go to the modest, saved-looking woman for a lifetime. I use my wife always as an example, and I know everybody has different definitions of modesty. But here's my wife, a modest woman, in her dressing, attractive, and what I consider sexy, and she ain't got to show it all.
Where's hoop triggers,
And,
man? When you
and that's
need
what
it?
attracted me even more to her was
Hand claps.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that now. Okay, they done upgraded. Praise Jesus. But attractive and didn't have to show it all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Certain things are only meant for the time when it need to be meant for.
Right.
But again, we're doing these things for likes, and it's a shame because you realize there's such a heavy level of insecurity.
Yeah.
And I
And
say
it's church folk doing it. Church folk.
Yeah, many times this is
Many times.
you know,
Mhm.
of the States, you know.
Sometimes they go on vacation and they post in their, their two-piece and everything else and saying why people trying to holler. I mean, come on. You see it. Everybody sees it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Tiffany was saying too. She said there's little privacy on public these days. On the flip side, if I leave town, those pics don't get posted until I return. I agree with you on that because
100%.
Listen, they be like, yeah, you know, the Hoskins is out of town for 3
Out of
weeks.
town.
Yep.
That's a good point. You don't post
That
till
is
you get
true.
back.
That
That
is
way, if
true.
they come knocking or come sneaking, the lights is on. Yeah,
Mhm.
That is true. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow.
that's
So-
safety 101.
So again,
Mhm.
I don't know. We just gotta be mindful of that. And like you said, save folks. So these are people that profess salvation, profess a relationship with Christ, but yet we're posting these things. Do we ever realize that we're examples? That everything we do,
Right.
the Bible even talks about us being written epistles, seen and read of men, meaning that the only Bible that people may ever see is us and how we conduct ourselves. I didn't say that you have to be speaking in other tongues and praying 24/7 on your social media. No, there's
Right.
laughter, there's inspiration, there's fellowship, there's entertainment there, but it can still be done in a way that it's not taken away from who you are. You know, they always talk about messing up your witness as we grew
That's
up
right.
hearing, you know.
Yep.
So what happened to those days? You know, so again, you just see the spiral down of the validity that people need. It's a shame because I know a certain preacher, and I was shocked because I didn't want to believe it at first. I didn't believe that people actually purchased followers and likes. I didn't
Oh,
believe
can.
it.
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
I've
believe
seen
it was
it.
real.
It's a
Mhm.
real
I've
I
thing.
believe
seen
was
it.
real. And I saw it happen when a certain preacher that I knew posted, and not even 3 minutes later, I watched it. This is back in the day when you can like pull down and it refreshes and you can see the post. So
Right.
they posted, I was on Instagram, I pulled it down, refreshed. Not even 3 minutes had passed. It went from 2 likes, okay? 150, 250, 300, within like 10 minutes, 300 likes. I said, that's impossible.
Mhm.
Now it's possible when
If
you
you have
are
that status.
I Tribbett,
Right.
Kirk
Yeah.
Franklin, John P. Key, and I'm just doing gospel. You can do the secular world too. Now I've seen it that level because people do follow certain celebrities where every time they post, it sends you a notification
Right.
and so and so posted. I get that, but this person they didn't even know themselves, let alone be known around the world.
That's the truth. That's the truth. You're talking right. Who are you? Jesus, I know. Paul, I know.
But who?
But who are you?
Who are you?
Who you?
I was trying to talk to be serious. I can't be serious around y'all.
Who you?
You don't even know
You know
themselves.
yourself. That's right. Mhm. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
They over here with all these followers. And I was like, yo, this is really the real deal. I was like, oh,
I remember someone, I remember they would post, and I don't know whether they were scammers. I be thinking everything is a scam, but they would like hit you up in your DMs. It was like, yo, follow me and pay this amount if you want to get like a certain number of followers. And I know people that did it. And I mean, I don't know who these followers are. They look like robots to me because everybody looked the same.
Oh,
But they
yeah.
would get them and they would be commenting. So sometimes I wonder, like, especially with the content creators, is that still a thing? Can you still pay people to come and follow you and to give you like all the comments and stuff? Because it's not just a like. Sometimes it's a share, it's a comment. It's all of that mixed up together. And after
Yeah.
you get so much, like I know people, they have full-time jobs and they're content creators. They make more as content creators
Right.
than they do on their full-time jobs. Like they have degrees and they're working. And I've had people tell me, like, if you want me to teach you, like you got a great following and people love you, you post something. And my mom tells me all the time, you know everybody. And I'm like, nah, I just know a lot of people, but I don't know everybody. You know,
Right.
like she can post something and my mom's sweet as pie. She'll get a few likes. I can post something and it's a total difference.
Right.
And so what I've learned is that people will feed off of, especially people that are entrepreneurs or small business owners. They'll be like, well, do you mind posting something? Because I see you have a great following and I'm just trying to get some more customers. And it's like, I really want to use my page for that. Especially if I don't use the product
Right.
or I don't know that the product works. Like I don't know the pros and cons of it. And so, I'm very hesitant. I think it's important for us as women and men of God to keep a good reputation. Like your
True.
name got to be
That's
good
true.
in the streets.
It's got to be
So,
good in the streets.
got to.
It's true. So basically, we're kind of in the conversation about the validation economy. So we're basically in this conversation right now. Although we're talking about social media, and thank you those for tuning in. Our conversation today is, oh Lord, social media.
Right.
We're talking about social media,
My
and
goodness.
sometimes the ups, the downs, the do's, the don'ts, and this conversation is moving so fast that we have under about, if that, 12 minutes left to converse about this. And if you're enjoying this conversation, for those that are watching us live, those that are listening, let us know right now if you're enjoying this conversation. We want to hear from you that you're enjoying this conversation. And if we can't cover it all, I'm gonna ask again at the end of the program. If you want a part two, let us know. If you want to hear part two. But we're talking about just this validation piece of social media when likes become emotional currency. And so my question is, why do likes and engagement feel so personal? Can anybody answer that question? Even if it's not you, let's step into the mind of the poster. Why do likes and engagement feel so personal for people?
Self-esteem.
Because it feeds
Yeah.
or fills a part or fills a void wherever
fills the
they're
void.
missing.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's extroverts and introverts. I'm not going to say, oh, that's just the introverted people. No, it's extroverts and introverted. They want to feel something, so we're going to post it.
Yeah.
And even to the point, even if it's bad, I'm going to post it, because you talked about Periscope. There were trolls on Periscope where you can just delete them. Nowadays, somebody can post something and everybody goes right to the comments.
Yeah.
So now it's, you're getting more likes and more laughs and more, solely because of you posted something, but that's not it. It's what the people are now saying in the comments. So it gets the shares, it gets all of the traction that it needs because of the comments. And that's something new that we're actually seeing. And it's like, wow, somebody might say, I'm just here for the comments. But again, you're reading the comments and you may like, whoa, did they just clown her? Oh man, what did they say about him? Wow. And everybody's engaged. It's engaging.
Yeah. And it gives them relevancy, especially if they're posting certain things like as rage bait. Like, some people know they're posting stuff that is going to annoy people to get people in the comments talking.
Yeah.
It's to be relevant. Some of it is just really for money. It's something stupid, but I'm going to post it and people are going to be in the comments talking. Everybody's annoyed while the poster or the creators laughing all the way to the bank because you're giving them exactly what they want.
I must have changed a little bit because people will read a long post. Like I've seen those long posts, especially if it's juicy and all that. I don't have the time for it no more. I think when I see a long post, when I see that thing, I see read more, and that thing goes all the way down. Many times I keep scrolling, trying to call, or if I see somebody that liked it or commented, I'm calling them saying, "Hey, can you tell me what that post was about?" Sometimes I'm like, "How do y'all have the patience to sit down and read that entire story?" And again, to each his own. That's what I love about what I love about our crew is that we don't always have to agree and all that. I love this about us, but for me, I ain't got the time to read all of that. I'm just, give me the Cliff Notes and I'm going to keep it going. So
you want the Cleveland Notes.
Especially if it's somebody calling somebody out subliminally. Like if you're just posting and like, oh yeah, like it's a shame when so-and-so, when people don't do X, Y, and Z, and like you're clearly talking about somebody, just call them.
Camille, you just hit something because a lot of this stuff, and like I said, we're going to have to definitely go to another conversation. We're going to talk about it now, maybe pick it up again. I'm tired of that, y'all. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all watching now. You ain't going to like, you ain't going to post, you ain't going to comment, but you listening and you watching. You're going to watch the replay because you don't want us to know that you were here. Praise the Lord. And if this is you, I want to say it. Can you get over yourself and stop posting subliminal messages?
Because it's not about you.
Oh my gosh. It's annoying. It's annoying. I've been in situations where people are preaching and teaching, and they swear the pastor's talking about them. Pastor ain't thinking about you.
Y'all gonna holler.
Ain't talking about you. Ain't worried about you.
In some cases, they are. They heard your story. So,
if the shoe fits.
In some cases, but in other cases, they're not talking about you.
I just
In some cases, yeah. In other cases, no, they're not talking about you. No.
I just don't get, and you're posting stuff and just I'm like, and I've seen some things, and so I thank God for me, my life, and I thank God for Transformation Church, Eureka Transformation Church, to be transformed, because I've seen posts, I've seen conversations where I could have said, that sounds like me. I think they told me. And one thing I learned throughout time and letting that thing go, if I don't have any direct validation that it's me,
Right.
they don't jump to that conclusion.
Right.
Don't lose no sleep that night. You know what I'm saying? Even though I may know the person and how messy they really are, I'm just whatever.
I think what you did, sir, right there was you said you thank God, and there was a dramatic pause right there. Yes. I think you felt God in the midst of saying you thank God. I felt it. I felt it. I thought there was a move. Yeah,
he wanted a. He was trying to go viral. He was trying to go viral. No, not follow for.
Follow for more likes.
He tried. Not the last.
And not with these sound effects today. It's just hold on. What did Miss Payne say? She said, "Can you tell me what this post is about?" I'm going to have to try it out. I just, I don't know. So that for me is annoying. Again, because a lot of people hide behind the keyboard. That's all I was right.
Keyboard gangsters.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot to say. And I laugh because who claps back? John P. Key will clap back at you.
Yes, sir.
On social media. And there's a few others. Somebody give me another us that will take the time to clap back. But when you realize
Cora Jakes claps back.
She
yeah. I mean, sometimes I think she's a little quick on the draw, where she was just in her feelings, and that's not what they meant. But she will.
But I laugh because many times we look at some of these their profiles of these people that got a lot to say. Their page is private, and they have hardly to any followers. So they created probably a fake page to say what they really want to say. Instead of being bold, no bold. Somebody was saying, unmute your page or make your page public. Let's see who you really are. You want to do all this hiding and talking. Because you hide behind the keyboard, and it's just that's the world we're in. I'm like, come on, y'all. We gotta change this, Tiffany just said, she said, keep in mind that certain creators have built entire platforms on exposing scandals in the church, but on the last day, God will hold them accountable. Yeah, it's true. I've seen that, and it's a shame. But you know what,
Mary Reed.
But I wasn't calling names. I'm trying to call names.
All right. Okay. Well.
I'm sorry.
Too late.
What you better
snort in the name of the Lord.
But guess what he said, though? I'm sorry, but me and my wife agreed with something he said, though. Since his name was said, he said, "Well, if the people stop." Julie, say it. You want to say it for me?
I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically, the gist was, if you weren't doing the stuff, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. In some cases, because it's always that fine line. The same way with anything. A lot of social changes and things in the world, we would have known about George Floyd if there was no video recording.
That's true.
Of it. There's a lot of stuff that we wouldn't know to be able to see injustices to hold people accountable. But again, it's like people say, it all goes to intent and what your intent is. If you're just putting stuff out there just to be messy and expose somebody with no purpose of healing, reconciliation, redemption for them, then what was your point in posting something scandalous about somebody?
Current day Ida B. Wells. Just Women's Month, right? Yeah. Current day Ida B. Wells. I just wanted to plug right there. Yep.
It's true. Yeah, Miss Peggy, it's so good to see you always as you join our great conversation that we have each Thursday night here at Sound Gospel Radio. But that's the problem. I'm just like, so he did say that. He was like, well, if they don't do it, then maybe I don't have to. And it's true, but a lot of stuff has gone viral. A lot of stuff I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for the church. Now I say this, I'm gonna land the plane on this, and then we'll give a little bit of we're gonna talk about next week. I have an issue with people laughing at everybody else's church until it's their church.
Right.
It's not funny.
Because I've seen it even at my home church. Y'all laughing, they was laughing. Then one day somebody took one of our videos. Somebody took one of our videos at my home church, Grace Tabernacle, and they posted it, reposted on Instagram. And because it was some people, yes, my aunt, and they get mad and getting upset. I'm like, but you were just laughing at Bethesda Temple 3 weeks ago. With no problem. And now you mad because
that was somebody's aunt and mom and whoever too.
Thank you.
Right.
We got to remember that, y'all. We got to remember that. and be mindful. But some stuff I would have never known if the church didn't post it, if the church didn't share it. I got videos. I have all the archives from my home church. That I mean, I would be a famous man right now.
100%.
Listen,
Started with you.
The time that the lady ran into the baptism pool, not the baptism pool, the communion table, and when the water thing fell over, she really started shouting. I mean, I got some moments that weren't made up that I can go viral on. Praise God!
If we had a camera when we were children, my goodness, people falling asleep in church,
bruh.
Yeah, people running into the wall when they shouting. Oh my God!
Not the wall.
Mhm.
Oh,
I promised
no.
that I was too a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
I think that's one of the
Yeah.
main differences. Back in the day, a lot of stuff was really more word of mouth. It was here,
Yeah.
so you just had people talking about it, but there really was no really video evidence of anything for people to see. Oh no,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
happened. But even with that video evidence nowadays, AI, half the stuff out there is fake, is doctored, it's part of this
Right.
happened, but that didn't
Mhm.
happen, or they added this here. It's just,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
All right, y'all. Listen, we're going to talk about this again next week. We're going to have a part 2. If y'all have anything that y'all would like to talk about, and those are, I'm going to give y'all a few more, about 1 minute to get yourself in the comments. If there's some things you want to hear us talk about next week concerning social media, put it in the comments right now. Get the music going. We've had a great conversation today about social media. We only touched the surface. She said, I'm happy that I grew up without cameras and social media. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mostly, yeah.
Yes.
My
So,
Lord.
I mean, that's just the era we thank God, because there's some stuff we never, oh Lord. That's
Oh,
just-
God. I got a whole lot of memory.
got a whole lot.
Jeez.
So listen, we want to dig a little deeper because I want to talk about the filtered face. We got so caught up with filters, man. And some people, man, I saw them without a filter, and I'm like, God, Jesus, that's what you really look like. I'm just telling you the truth.
No.
I'm just telling you the truth, y'all. I can't.
Oh, no.
We want to
My
talk
Lord.
about. I want to talk about: is it real, REEL, or is it REL, REAL? And I don't know if I can type that in real quick. Is it real or is it real? We want to talk about that next week if we can get that conversation together. But we're talking about social media, and there's a lot of great things about it, but there's also a lot of horrible things about it. And all we want to do is just give you insight, details, and perspectives that may help you be a better person on social media. There we go. Is it real or is it real? We want to talk about that next week. Definitely want to talk about that and how we can still be a witness, y'all. Our lifestyle should change the center style of life. People watch how we conduct ourselves. People watch how we act, whether your page is private or public. You know, they said even employees will look at your page and sometimes judge if they're going to hire you or not by how you conducted yourself, how you acted, how you perceived yourself on social media. So social media comes with a lot of things to discuss, and we want to move forward. Sometimes we can get caught up in the scroll. Sometimes the algorithm knows you better than your friends know you.
That's right.
Amen.
Mhm.
Amen.
Yeah.
So listen, y'all.
Hello,
if you-
lights. No.
I know, right? Amen, lights.
Amen, Walls.
But y'all, this was a great conversation. It was a great dig in, and we were looking forward to dig deeper into this conversation. Just to remind y'all here at Sound Gospel Radio, we're doing great things. This is Women's Month, and I just encourage y'all to tune in on Mondays and Thursdays for Fresh Wind as the women of God are going forth. And some great conversations are coming. Like I said, this week, Sister Constance Lane is coming next week, which is the 20. Where are we at? What is it? The 19th, excuse me. Constance Lane will be teaching on that Thursday. And on Thursday the 26th at 7 a.m. will be my wife, our vice president, co-founder of the hospital. But hey, if you're around on those Mondays at 7, I'm teaching. I'm talking about different women. And I'm pulling out women from the Bible that you don't normally hear about. That's been fun. That's been really fun. I've been pulling out women in the Bible that you don't normally hear about and get to hear their perspective in the text. All right. Well, listen, great time here at Sound Gospel Radio. Thank you, Mother Payne. We appreciate you so much. And she's been commenting, and Tiffany and so many others have been a part. But I'm going to say it one last time. If you don't know anything else, I'm going to tell you this. Here at Sound Gospel Radio, we are building hope. We're transforming lives 24/7. We're building hope. We're transforming lives 24/7 right here at Sound Gospel Radio. God bless you.
Bye, y'all.
Building hope. Transforming lives. 24/7. Sound Gospel Radio.